Hello everyone and welcome back to Learn to Love DIY. Today we are creating this beautiful Welcome to the World Little One baby card. And I wanted to do a baby card because I hadn't been doing too many of those, or I haven't done too many of those in the past. And I wanted to go ahead and take advantage of the March's Paper Pumpkin Clouds and the beautiful Welcome Easter stamp set is where I got the little sheep from. And I very lightly decorated the inside. I did a little border on the bottom there. And I'll be showing you how to make this card today. As I mentioned, I used the March stamp set. I used this one. I used the two little clouds that come with the set. And then I also used the Welcome Easter. I used the little flowers, the little grass here, and then the little sheep to create my card. Oh, and then also I used the sentiment, Welcome to the World, Little One. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to be needing your base card that measures 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches, and you're going to score that at 5 1/2. I'm going to go ahead and put this extra one. I recently just cut more cardstock. And then you're going to go ahead and burnish that. Where is my bone folder? Seriously? Yep. Okay, my bone folder. Okay. And then you're going to need 2 pieces of Whisper White that measure 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And they both measure the same. One's for the outside, one's for the inside. You'll be needing some scraps, Whisper White. And you'll also need the Smoky Slate. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that this is also Smoky Slate. So Smoky Slate, and you're going to be punching out one of each of the, I believe this is called Lovely Label. Let me check. The Pretty Label, sorry, Pretty Label punch. And you'll be punching one of each. So let's go ahead and do that now so I can go ahead and put away my punch. And as you can see here, my daughter took the scissors and completely did away with this piece of cardstock. Okay, so one of each. There we go. Putting my scraps away. Sometimes I have more uses for them. Okay. Where's my wet one? Okay. So we have that. We're going to go ahead and start by stamping on our Whisper White pieces. And put those aside for now. I'm going to bring out my scratch piece of paper. We're going to do the outside of our card first. And I'm going to go ahead and apply the clouds onto the clear blocks so that we can go ahead and stamp our images. And for that, we will be using Pool Party. I'm just going to alternate as I go. However, you can use any pattern or any color if you have a lighter color or darker color, or even if you want to make it like a rainy day and change up the sentiment, you could most definitely go that route. Okay, so there you have the clouds. I'm going to go ahead and put away my Pool Party for now. And then let's go ahead and, so you see here I kind of did the same type of pattern. Now we're going to go ahead and take our sponge, or a sponge, and we're going to take our garden green. And we're just going to go ahead and sponge on the bottom. I start off with the darkest on the edges and then start blending in a little bit of that color. You have that. I'm going to go ahead and, I was going to wait for the grass pieces, but I think I'm going to do that now. I'm going to put away my stamps. since I won't be using those anymore, I need the sentiment, the little grass pieces. Get my smaller block for the grass. Then I have my flowers, and I'll need, of course, my sentiment and my little sheep. Now, if you wanted to change the image on your card, you could do so. We're using the same garden green for the little grass imprints, and I'm just changing it up a little bit. But you can do it however you'd like. So we have that. Now I'm going to definitely put this away since I won't be needing it. And I'll be taking 2 different colors out for the rest of the card. I'll be using the Blackberry Bliss and the Petal Pink. Sorry about that. Excuse me. And we're just going to alternate the colors. So I'm going to do some in pink, or Petal Pink. And then the Blackberry Bliss. Alright. Before I put these out, or put them away, I should say, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside. Continue on. Alright. And there you have it. So now I'm going to go ahead and put these away, since I won't be needing those anymore. And I'm going to actually take 2 different colors out. I'm going to take my Stampin' Spot in Basic Gray, as well as my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I will be using the Basic Gray for my sentiment. And you can ink it up any way that you want. I prefer this way, just so that I make sure I get it mostly on the words and nowhere else. And I'm just going to stamp this punch out. There you have it. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside, and then I'm going to go ahead and take my Tuxedo Memento Black ink, and we're going to go ahead and stamp the sheep. Okay, so let me bring this back in. I'm going to center it.
So pretty.
Okay, I had to think about it for a second, but since I made a boo-boo and did not intend for the cloud to be that low, I'm going to go ahead and stamp that sheep image again using the same ink. And all we're going to do to remedy this problem, instead of having to get rid of all the work we've already done, although you can if that's, you know, your choice, I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut my little sheep, and then try this again. Alrighty, let's go ahead and put this cut away. And now I'm going to go ahead and color it in a little bit, or just a tad bit anyway. We're going to do, I have my dark pool party, and that is just going to go on his little cute bow. Okay, so went over it a couple times, and then I'm going to go over it with the light smoky slate around the edges. I'm going to do the brush tip. We have that, and then the last color that we're going to use that I seem to have disappeared for whatever reason. I think I might have dropped it. Give me a second. I'm going to pause it and then come back. Sorry about that. It was right behind my chair. Okay, so we're going to do, I'm sorry, we have the dark petal pink, and I'm going to go ahead and do his nose, his ears, and his little feet. Oh, and his hands. I don't think I mentioned his hands. Alright. And now I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut him, and I will forward this part up so you don't have to see me do all that. Okay. There it is. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and just adhere it over top. I'm going to use Tombow. Gonna adhere this little guy down. And I am making sure that I get most of the edges so that we don't see that other stamped image on there.
Okay, Mama.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Lisa.
Okay. So I'm going to leave that there. Now we're going to go ahead and take our both of our punched out images, and I'm going to cut the one in the Smoky slate in half. Okay. And that's how we're going to go ahead and make it seem like it's framed. I'm going to turn this guy around, put a little bit of adhesive on the lower part, and we're going to try to match that. Okay, and then we're going to do the same to the second half and just line them up. And then you'll have a cute little sign that looks layered. Or if you're trying to achieve some sort of framing effect. Okay, and there you have it. Now, while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to go ahead and start adhering different layers onto my card. I'm going to go ahead and do the inside first, now that I have my glue here. Sorry if you see white lines on my arms. I was painting my little girl's bed right now that she's napping, although my oldest decided to skip her nap today. So that was her in the background. Okay, so we have the base all glued up. Now we're going to go ahead and remove this, and before we apply adhesive on the back to adhere it to our card base, we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of tape or adhesive on these sides here so that we can go ahead and use the pretty ribbon that I have here. And this is from the Tea Room Ribbon Combo Pack, and this is currently on the clearance rack while supplies last only. So if you like this ribbon, I would suggest you go ahead and get it. You get two. This one is, I believe, very vanilla, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let me go ahead and put this other one away, and we can go ahead and finish our bird card. Okay, so I have my adhesive. Let me just make sure this is in the appropriate way, and we're just going to apply it here on the back. You can use your choice or your preference. Okay. Where is this guy? Okay. And then all I'm going to do is pass this guy out, making sure that I have it where I want it. Not too on the top, but not too low either. And then making sure it's fairly tight. so that it doesn't look loose, and then just snip the end there. And that actually looks crooked, so let's try to adjust that. Okay, I think that looks a tad bit better. Okay, so we are ready to go ahead and attach this to the base of our card. So let's do that. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and attach this one with dimensional. So let me go ahead and get those out. And then I also have my rhinestones here. So I'm going to do one on top and one on the bottom so that it avoids the ribbon that we have in place there. And not quite centered, just off to the, what is it, left. If you're seeing me, I'm not quite sure if that's your left or your right, depending on how you're watching this. And then I'm going to take 2 of the larger rhinestones, and we're going to go ahead and frame the sentiment. Put one on each corner, like that. And that would complete our card. Now, another way to avoid making sure that you don't stamp the image or overstamp the image over the clouds, you can always use masking tape, or what do they call them? If you would do this like in a sticky note and put it on there while you do your clouds, you can stamp the image first and then cover it up while you're doing the rest of the items, just so that you get the placement of the little sheep in place first. And I can try to do something like that in the future, just so that you understand my meaning of when I say masking. So there you have it, guys. That is a beautiful baby card, simple but cute, and you could easily use any of the other little animals that come in the Welcome Easter stamp set. You can easily use the trick, changing up the colors just a tad bit, as well as the little bunny here. So I thank you very much for watching, and I will go ahead and link my 24/7 online store for you to go ahead and purchase any of the items that you liked me using in this video, or if you want to just go ahead and browse around. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I've linked that as well, or at least put it in the description box. And I thank you very much for watching. You guys have a great day.